channel. So today I have some Correct and Conceal makeup tips and tricks for those of us that may be having a bad acne day like I was today. That's why I thought this was perfect to do today, because I don't break out often, but when I do, I kind of need some help. So I went ahead and showed you guys how I correct and conceal my face. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Alright everyone, so in this video today I'm going to go ahead and show you how I correct and conceal, because that is a very big thing these days. There's a lot of companies coming out with correct and conceal palettes. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. I thought this would be like the perfect day for this, because if you guys don't see, I do have a breakout like currently on my face. And I usually don't have a lot of breakouts, so that's why I'm saying today's the perfect day. Why not do it right? So, and my dark circles are nice and fresh because I just woke up not too long ago trying to get my day started. So I was like, you know what? I got a breakout. I got this nasty sty in my eye right here, and my dark circles are prominent, so why not show everybody how I correct and conceal my face? I'm going to take the Sephora Pantone Universe Correct and Conceal palette. I'm going to try to do this without blinding you guys. It's got a lot of range of colors in here. I freaking love this. But with this one, I would say if you're like really, really oily skinned, beware, because these are really creamy. For me, I can't use a lot because it'll crease my under eye. I almost didn't really like it and kind of wanted to take it back at first, but I was like, no, Megan, give it a fair chance. You just got to. Just like a little bit goes a long way with this palette. Like, you don't want to use too much because, like I said, it's going to crease under the eye. I'm just warning you. It will. So, first things first is like these little face demons right here. We're going to correct those with the green color in the palette over here. So, I'm just going pretty much just right on my finger is the best way that I found, and just dab it on right over any redness, any zits, and we're gonna look like the green monster for a second here, but you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Ooh. Is there any over here? Yeah. Jeez. Not used to my face breaking out like this. So I'm just going to take my finger and pretty much just blend it out with my finger, because that's the easiest way to get that done. I find anyways with this palette, using your fingers is magical. So, oh god, I got this one right here. Oh, I forgot about this one. I know the green obviously is a little intimidating and I never used to use it, but what you want to do is you don't want like an overly green color. I know it's probably looking really green, you know, between us, but that's why I'm using my finger, because my finger's going to take some of that my finger's going to take some of that product with it. So, because you don't want to see that green once, you know, your foundation's on. Especially, like, you know, if you're wearing a more sheer foundation, you should still be able to do this. So you just, like I said, it's going to take a while to blend it out. I mean, you can use a brush, but like I said, what I find works the best with this palette is my finger. Clean fingers. Next, I'm going to go back in here. We're going to cover up these dark circles. So since I'm a little bit on the paler side, I have a few options. I have this palette, but if you don't have this palette or you don't have the money for it, this was my ride or die for the longest time. The only reason I got this palette is because, you know, me being a makeup artist, I needed a lot of different colors for concealers and correctors, so that's why I got this. But this is still my ride or die. Most days, some days, has been for a really long time. This is the NYX Dark Circle Corrector Concealer, and this is in the color medium because my eyes are so freaking dark under here. So this is what it looks like. So for dark circles, if you have like, you know, black or blue underneath here, you want a peachy orange color to conceal with. I'm going to go in with the NYX, and I just take this on like a little brush and just dab it in here. And you, like I said, you don't want a lot of product. Like I have some pretty dark circles, and you're going to see how much I'm going to use, because if you use a lot, all of these correctors are pretty creamy, and they have to have that nice pigment to cover up these colors, to combat these colors. So a lot of people, I mean even me included, used to be like, oh my god, these circles are so dark under here, I need a lot of color to cover these up. And my concealer was creasing on top of it, and I was wondering why. I was like, why is this creasing? This is not okay. And I was using some pretty high-end products that weren't supposed to be creasing, and I was like, there's got to be something wrong with this. And it was because I was putting on way too much corrector underneath the eye, is what I've came to the conclusion. So because concealer by itself is not going to correct this color, and so you want to put this color on, but you don't want too much. So you put on just enough to be like, okay, I can kind of see the color under there still, but it looks better, right? Because then when you put your concealer on top, if you have a great concealer, like most concealers are pretty full coverage. Pretty full coverage concealer is going to go on over this and help you cover up the rest of the way. You just need this to get that concealer started, pretty much. I also correct and conceal my eyelids. So I will put a concealer on my eyelids, something that's, if I'm wearing eyeshadow, doesn't matter really what color that I put on my eyelids, because we're going to go in with shadows over it. But if I'm not wearing shadows and I'm just doing a lazy day makeup, I put a color that is more closer to my natural skin color. So I just go ahead. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Vanilla or Light 2. Just put this on the lid. Now this is, you know, obviously optional. And I have that big ol' freaking sty right there, so it's all red and gross, so I need to definitely get that covered up. And then I just take a damp beauty blender and I blend that in. And I got a hair right there. And I just take that all the way up to the eyebrow, and then I'll set that with powder. Alright everyone, so that is it for the Correct and Conceal video. I hope you guys enjoyed my tips and tricks, and, you know, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!